So we are live over on YouTube. Hopefully nothing caused it to crap out like it's been. No clue why it's been crapping out either. So while we're waiting for that to heat up, we are going to work on one inking. The good thing about this inking is it shouldn't take too long. Now, the good news about this one is that it's the more in-depth numbers to where I can just slap on some paint and pull it, and it won't leave any residue over on those numbers. Some of them I do have to go back over a couple times, but that's going to be with any dice. And then the other one that we have to work on, I want to say that's going to be orange because I don't think we did the demon yet. Ooh, this one we might sell. This one's starting to show some errors, but that's fine. We can sell that at discount price. Mira, thank you for joining us. Gremlin, Caden, thank you for joining us. We are inking some dice right now. And then we are going to make some dice. We have a new idea we want to toss around for one of our future sets that we are going to be promoting on the website. But I'm not sure how well it's going to work. Essentially, what's going to happen is I'm going to pour a little bit of clear in there. And I'm going to do a midnight blue with a pale purple with black and some silver glitter. And going to try to get it to look like a nebula. She's mad. Thank you for joining us. We're just inking up some dice we're going to be selling on Etsy once we get our shop back up and running. It needs more lemon pledge. Probably. More than likely. Oh, I'm really excited to reveal our custom dice. Because remember, these aren't our molds. These are just molds we got off Amazon. A friend of ours is 3D printing off our dice as we speak. I've seen them off the printer. We are just waiting for them to be shipped to us. but they look beautiful. Oh, how do I want to explain this? So it's a simplified version of our logo. So that right there I like because it's not as detailed as our logo, but we at least get our logo somewhat on it. Um, it's more so just the head, but what I really like is the eyes. It's got S and D's, and then the nose has the 20. It looks stunning. It's funny you mentioned Space Core because we're actually about ready to make some Nebula dice. I'm just trying to ink this up real quick to get it ready to post for shipping. Before we move fully into the dice we're going to make today. Yeah, I find it funny that they filtered it too. What's funny is like unlike other filtered comments, I can actually see your comment. Whereas every other filtered comment that I've ever had get filtered, I'm never able to see it. I think it's more than likely because of the play on the Pledge of Allegiance. More than likely, they're starting to hammer hard on a lot of political stuff. From what I'm seeing, politic talk, as they call it, was pretty much shut down fully. Like they're having to use code words now to get around saying certain things they used to say. Me personally, I don't care. I'm starting to feel like the easiest way I can explain it is I'm starting to feel like the this one's the shallow dice. Great. The easiest way I can explain this, I'm starting to feel like the Donald Glover's character from Lethal Weapon. I'm getting too old for this shit. It's getting to be a hassle even to promote my stuff if the moment that somebody finds out, oh, I didn't vote for X person, I'm going to just drag their whole business through the mud. Like, I don't care who you voted for. I voted my way for because of my beliefs. I mean, that's exactly how it's supposed to be done. And I'm not going to sit there and apologize for my beliefs. And I shouldn't have to. But what I'm not going to sit there idly by and have happen is my business be tarnished over it. That's ridiculous. For me to have to worry, is my business going to be hit because somebody found out that I voted for X? Or because of X reason, I believe X. Believe in the me that believes in you. No, and that's exactly what needs to be happening. We need to start like I'm getting fed up with it. It's to the point where like this will be one of the few political things that I'll ever say. I am a firm believer of following the law. That's the law in its fullness. Doesn't matter if it's coming here within a legal statute. Doesn't matter if it's coming here in, or it doesn't matter if it's just jaywalking. Follow the law if it's the law. Now, obviously, you're going to have if there's a law that counteracts another law, that's going to be a little bit of a toss-up. But the reason I say that is because I'm getting fed up with all the, oh, well, X is doing XX and Y. We need to be doing XX and Y. We have way too much bull crap going on right now in the world to worry about anybody but ourselves. And that's not me trying to say, oh, well, I don't believe in humanitarianism. No, I do. But for far too long, the United States has sat back and been the peacekeeper because we were that guy. And it's not even who's in president currently, but even before then, it's been this way for about the past 20, 30 years. Everybody is seeing the U.S. as a laughingstock because we used to be the F around and find out country. But now we're more along the line of, hey, don't do that, you're going to get hurt. Don't do that, you're going to get hurt. And I'll be completely honest. We need to go back to the F around and find out. This is coming from somebody from a military family. We're being made a laughingstock, not because of who's in president, but because of the world seeing what we are spending money on. Exactly. We used to keep to ourselves and focus on home issues. Now we're keeping to ourselves, we're focusing on home issues, but then in the home is fighting. The kids in the home are fighting each other, and that's what needs to stop. Like, I would be lying if I wasn't concerned about the state of this country that I love. I mean, I was willing to serve in it, even though I got rejected due to a medical issue. I was still willing to go and serve if I was able to. And I would still go in and serve, even at 30 now. But, and this rant is more so for those that are hiding behind their screens right now, either on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, whatever, watching my videos, laughing because they're tarnishing my business. I have tried 6 times today to upload one image to Etsy. As soon as it gets uploaded, it's flagged for not being real or not being handmade or this is plagiarism. And I'm like, are you serious? I'm just trying to do my business. And it's solely I know it's somebody that knows my political stance. So they're doing it solely as a political attack, and that is what's making me mad. I'm trying to run a business. You can go through all of my videos. I've never once really mentioned my political stance. We are like, I'll put it this way. I'm more conservative leaning because of past issues I've experienced with the left. But that does not mean that I do not believe in left ideals. To the point where we were going to do, or we are still going to do a Pride Month sale, just like every other business does. Just because I have family that are gay. So I want to support them. I mean, I have an uncle on the AIDS quilt because he died from AIDS. It's just getting to me that somebody's willing to go this far to make it to where I can't sell anything on really any site. And it's not like I'm mad at you guys. I love you guys for supporting me. Like I said, it's more so that one person that I cannot even verify who it is going through and nitpicking everything that I'm doing. They're not commenting on my videos. I'm glad to know I'm not the only one. It's just, it's getting to me mentally. Like, I don't know if I mentioned this before. I quit smoking and vaping either right after New Year's or right before. And it wasn't even a New Year's resolution. I was playing with Little Scarecrow and I realized I couldn't get up. And it wasn't like, because I'm not overweight. It wasn't a weight thing. It was purely, I was out of breath to the point where I could not get up. And it worried me. So I said, screw it. I'm quitting vaping. And I've been vape free, nicotine free since then. I don't even have urges anymore. And it's only been a month. The only time I really get an urge is when I get severely upset. Like, whoever's doing this is causing me to go back and potentially relapse with that, because that's what's irritating me the most right now. And I'm trying not to. I'm trying to stay strong because this is the longest since I started 15 years ago without nicotine. Before I would jump from vape to chew to snuff pouches to cigarettes to whatever. I would jump from tobacco to tobacco to tobacco, and I just continuously did it to the point where I was just used to it. But now, I mean, I'm of the mindset that I don't need it. But once again, we got people who are trying to hinder my business and hinder my life to the point that they're willing to go out of their way, not even slander my business. Like if they would at least slander. Just relatable, handcrafted, personally created. So that's what I'm trying to do. Custom, personally created. It's the same person. I know that because it's as if they're sitting on that screen watching me, waiting for me to post. Because I've even posted on, like, they have to be using multiple screens or multiple tabs, because I've tried posting on Facebook, tried posting everywhere, and I'm still getting the same hits. To the point I'm like, okay, come on, something's got to give. Like, obviously, I'm not over here causing harm. Do I need to pull that out now? That might be a good idea. Let me try to scrape this out real quick. We're going to make our dice. We're going to make 3 new sets. They're all going to be the same set. Glad to see that my YouTube finally lasted longer than 15 minutes. Don't know what happened the past few days. Every time we launched on YouTube, it would cut out at literally the 15-minute mark. Oh, no, the quote's simple. The quote is, whoever's doing this needs to mind their own business. Like, at this point, I don't care if it's somebody in the community. I don't care if it's somebody that's just outside the community watching me. It's just, it's getting to me mentally. And I don't like it. Now, we didn't go live last night, so we are going to pull out 2 dice for our advent calendar. So let's do that real quick. So we pulled out number 8 last time, so we got number 9 up here. Ooh, a blue rose. So all these ones with the rosebuds, those are all actual roses. Don't blame the malice. What can be explained by idiocy? I'm right there with you. So now we do number 10. Now this is from our affiliate. This is from FanRoll. We have been an affiliate, and this is a D20 that we're pulling out right now. And this is that is cold. So it's a candy heart that says Nat 20 on it. However, it says it on the 1. That is just cold. But anyway, we're going to get into the dice making. We are making what we are going to call nebula dice. But first, I got to get my tape out. Now, we did ship out the commissions that we had already. So if you have a commission from us, those are on the way. Now, if you are still waiting on a giveaway from us, we still have not shipped out those. So I do want to make that very clear. We have not shipped out the giveaways. But we have a reason we haven't shipped out the giveaways yet. We had enough money to ship out the commissions, and since those were paid for, those came first. But we are also going to be working with everybody who wants a commission. So, we have a few sales going on right now. First and foremost, on orders of 50 or more of our dice, you can get 10% off your dice order. So what does that mean, 10% off your dice order if you get 50 off? So essentially you'll get a $5 discount. Now if you want a miniature commission, we are doing, I want to say it is 15% off the total cost. And those did go up to $15 an hour, regardless of what it is. So let's get into this dice making. We did get some neat silicone cups that we are using from now on. These are them. Or wrong thing. These are them. These are the silicone cups we used to pour all of our dice now. We used to use these. Now we're still going to use these, but these are more so if we have to use a dirty pour, because they don't work too well with these. These we're using primarily if we need to use like a pipette to suck it up, like we're about to do with the blue and the forgot the other color. The blue and the purple we're going to use, which I need the two, not got the wrong one. Wait, no. Nope. Yep, I did grab the wrong one. Now, we did try the glow-in-the-dark. The glow-in-the-dark will probably have to be done in 2 stages. We will probably do half of the mold in one color and then the other half in the other. But we did try. It didn't work out exactly how we wanted it to do. This is how it turned out. However, if you're going to show it off now, I'm going to be so mad. The glow in the dark, like you can tell it's glowing pink when you have the light on it. But when you take it off, it like glows blue. It's weird. Because even the pigment powder doesn't do that. Okay. Now we do got some more resin. And if you're wanting a commission done by me, definitely reach out to us on our website. We are also going to be looking into some new dice boxes. So what do I mean by new dice box? You might be wondering. Exactly how it sounds. We have a couple molds coming in today. One is a dragon egg, and the other is more of like a honey pot. So if you're wanting like a dragon egg dice box, we're going to be selling those. Now, those can't be magnetized. I've already looked. There's really no way for me to magnetize it. However, the Honey Pod one unscrews. So that one will work for you that way. And then I do want to show off Inferno. We did make it last week. Pretty sure this is Inferno. No, that's not Inferno. Where is Inferno? Is it? Where did I put it up top up there? That's not Inferno. That's not. And that's the Zeus. Where did I put the Inferno? I know I didn't put it in this dice box. I'll have to look for it. But it looks nice. I really like how it looks. If I were to change, I'm going to put some gloves on real quick. If I were to change one thing, it's right here. If I were to change one thing on it, it would actually be the amount of swirl. Like I would have added more swirl on the inside of it. Problem Boy VR, thank you for joining. Here is an example. Get it right there. There we go. We're going to be posting the video for that, letting people know that we're going to be selling it on our website here in the next few minutes after we get off the live. But yeah, I mean, that's really what we're trying to go for with that, is we're just trying to grow the business. Like I said, we did ship off 2 dice boxes. We're wanting to get back into miniature painting as well. We are going to be doing some Marvel United figures. So Little Scarecrow is obsessed. And when I say obsessed, I mean obsessed with Spider-Man. Well, on Amazon right now, and this isn't a paid sponsorship or an affiliate notification, on Amazon right now, for those that play Marvel United, you can get the base box set, which has Iron Man, Black Widow, Ant-Man, Wasp, Hulk, Captain America, versus Red Skull, Taskmaster, and who was the third one? Ultron. And it's the base box set for it. But you also get Doctor Strange, and you get, which is, from what I'm understanding, a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. And you get the Spider Web Warriors, which is Spider-Man, Miles Morales, or as my son calls him because he watches the Disney Junior show, Spin, and Ghost Spider versus Green Goblin, or as my son calls him because of the show, Gobby. So now every time I see Norman Osborn in the first Spider-Man movie, I have instantly call him Gobby. Thanks to my 3-year-old son. Now, some sets that we have going up for sale on our Etsy and our Fiverr this week are And these are sets that you can buy instantly. Like, even if you decide right now to send me a message on here and buy them off here, we'll sell them to you. But they come in the bag. We have strawberry watermelon. We have 2 of those. And we have, that's the other strawberry watermelon. The Zeus. So we have 1 Zeus and 2 strawberry watermelon up for grabs. So if you want one of those 2 sets, and you're in the continental United States, those would be $18. Plus shipping and handling, which is around $11. So you're looking at about $29 to get that for you. But as I was saying, I'm really excited about our custom dice that we're making. So, what do I mean by custom dice? You might be asking. We have our own dice being made with our own logo on it. The reason I'm excited about that, purely, is because of the fact that they look amazing. I mean, Lord of the Unfinished Projects, if you are a dice maker and you do not have access to a 3D printer or any of the programs to make dice, Lord of the Unfinished Project is your go-to there. Another good alternative would be Diceworm, but I do not know Diceworm's prices. I do know Lord of the Unfinished Project bases his off of the amount of material he uses. So if you're going to obviously ask him for a chunk, it's going to cost a little bit more. But that's who we went through for our dice commission. And I'm a fan of it solely because of the fact that he took our logo, simplified it down to something that would actually work for dice. I need to get a longer extension cord for this. Okay, so first and foremost, I need to pour some, not a lot, but some into both of those. I need to do about 1/4 to 2/3, or 1/4 to 1/2, really, of the clear. I think we're going to do this one with the pendant. What I really like about the idea we're doing is that it's going to turn out pretty impressive once we get what we're wanting. Now that one's gonna, we're gonna have to, where's the pipette? We're gonna suck some of that one out. I put too much into that D4 on this one. There we go. That's fine. That's good enough. Okay, so now I need my alcohol inks. So dark indigo or orchid? This is dark indigo, this is orchid. It's going to be mixed with this midnight blue right here. And anybody can answer. Anybody that's on here can answer. I'm leaning closer to the orchid because we're going to be adding some black or maybe a dark walnut to that mix to give it a what's the word I'm looking for? This one that's open. Nope, this is not open. We will have to run and get scissors for that. Let's find this orchid and this midnight blue. Ooh, hang on. Purple, raspberry, and ooh, but I only get two. I might put a little more into something else. I want to swap raspberry for this purplish red. Where's the midnight blue at? I know it's in here. There it is. I know that one's open. So, I'm actually going to clean out this little cup real quick. Pour a little bit of the resin in there as well. Not much. Because we're going to add a third one to it. Now what we're doing is we're just letting this get to like a honey consistency. So that when we go to inject, the blue and purple and that reddish purple, that kind of becomes like a nebula. But I'll be right back. I gotta go grab some scissors. Okay. So I got the scissors. Decided to grab me a drink while I was out there. The reason we need scissors is because we gotta cut off the tips of these. That's the black. Did we even grab the right purple? I don't think we did, but oh well. And with alcohol inks, a little goes a long way. Oh, we've already added purplish red. So what did we use purplish red on then? We must have opened it and never used it because I don't even see any use out of it. Well, a little bit's used out of it. So what did we use it on? Huh. I don't know what we would have used it on. Unless it was a failure. That's really the only thing I can think of was that we used it on a set that was no-go. That's essentially the consistency we're looking for. But I like that color now that I'm using it. Do the same thing, do 3 little dribbles. Mix up the purple. And that's the purple we're using. And now we get one more stick. Mixy mixy. And that's the blue. We are going to use. Now we got to mix up the black. Now the black, we're only going to use a couple, maybe 3 dots. I don't want it to overload as a colorant. And I know that it can overload. So we're going to start with 3 dots. We're going to mix it in and see how well that turned it black. Because I want it dark, but not too dark. Yeah, we're going to add a little bit more of the black. And in fact, what I think we're going to do is we're going to add a little we're going to do like a second honeycomb effect once we get to a certain point. So I want it to be darker than the purple and the blue, which it doesn't seem to be getting there. This might have gotten it there. There we go. Okay. That should have done it. Now, what what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this first. I'm going to just suck up just a tad bit. I'm going to put a little bit in each. I'm going to move you up here for now. Going to put a little bit in each. Mold. Victoria, thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing great. How's everyone doing at the house? Good. I'm going to have to, we got to find a weekend to come up over there to see you all. Because I know Atticus has been asking for your mama. But every time we call, y'all are busy. Going to a dance tonight? Nice. You two have fun. And be safe. That's all I ask of you two. For those that are joining us and don't know, Victoria is my little cousin. In fact, there might still be a picture of me holding you when you were a child. Like a baby. What, Tori? Well, yeah, I always want you guys safe. You're my family. I really want to get a new setup so I can show these processes off a little bit better. Because going through each individual portion like we are now, it sucks. Like, I still got 2 to go on 1. And I can probably add some more into some others. And then I still got to do the purple and the blue. And then what I'm going to do as well is probably do a thin layer where I mix the purple in with the blue and in with the pink that we're doing to give more of a nebula effect. But we're going to mix it in with the black. And we're running into the stage that is the most difficult because it's all honey. I'm going to take this glove off. This isn't helping me. It's actually slowing me down, in fact. Striker, thank you for joining us. We are making dice. We're doing this a specific way because we're having to use a specific technique. But if everything turns out correct with how this should be, we, in theory, this is all theory, of course, should have dice that look as if they are in space. With nebula. That is what we're going for. Melissa, thank you for joining us. Okay. So means I really need to get an extra dose of this. I mean, they're going to get 3 colors anyway, so I don't think so. That one's good for now. I think that might be our Amazon package. So we're running out of time here. Working time, that is. So we definitely got to start speeding up this process a little bit. because we are in the honey effect for sure. It's just taking forever to do. Probably because we're working with 3 different molds instead of just one. So we cut down our work time into thirds. So the exact effects we're wanting may not turn out exactly how we envisioned them. Nom nom nom, thanks for joining us. Okay. Trying to speed up so that we can get this going more. Because we still got the blue to do and we're running out of working time. And I still got to hit these with the other colorant we got here, which is black. And I still got to work on the top faces. But if these turned out exactly how we want them to, they will be up for sale as well. And what I mean by that is no defects. Okay. We are almost done with this mold. We can move on to the third to last mold, but then we got to hit everything with the heat gun to prevent it from having issues. After we do the blue, which sucks, this is taking forever. Because I know I'm running into my work time now. Because the work time is only 40 minutes on this. And I have a strong feeling we're already past that. Only 7 dice left, and then we can hit them with the blue. Now I'm just going to let this fill up. The blue. Because we might only do a little bit of blue. I haven't decided yet. So I know that black is also getting close to the curing stage, and that's what's worrying me the most, because that's going to go on the top faces, which if we don't do that fast enough isn't going to cure properly to the rest of the dice. Okay. So now I go in here. Let's just do a quick swirl. Quick swirl. Quick swirl. Quick swirl. Quick swirl. Midlife Apex, thank you for joining us. We are making some dice right now. And we are getting to the point where, yes, my hands are sticky, so we are at the curing stage. Yay! Now we have a fairly nice day out today. If that is our package, we're going to go out and make, or go outside and prime up these minis that we're got coming in. CL Priest, thank you for joining us. We're making dice right now. Okay, so we're gonna go hit this one up. Good news is we only have 7 left. Well, 1, 2, 9. 9 left to actually do. Bad news is I don't know if that's enough time to get this in there. Hit it with a heat gun. And then put the black, which is also thickening up. So I'm going to have to hit him with a heat gun so I can pop all the bubbles that are coming up to the surface on all these. C Mark Miniatures, thank you for joining us. Nomi's Official, thank you for joining us. We are making Nebula-based dice today. We do got a couple dice sets ready to sell. However, those are going to be going up on our Etsy once we can get that back up and running. Somebody with an ulterior motive has pretty much decided they want to sit on my Etsy store, and anytime that I post anything, flag it and report it. Noodle, thank you for joining us. Elizabeth, thank you for joining us. We are making dice. Specifically, Nebula-based dice. We're really trying to make it, would be more accurate terminology. Bear with me. Our stupidity, we forgot our working time was only 40 minutes. We decided to make a 40-minute job into 3 different molds. Okay. Let me pop. Now what I'm doing real quick is I'm just going through each mold, carefully popping any bubbles I do see along the edges before we put on the black. This way, there's no secrets. Okay, get a couple on this one. Okay. So now I put on the top portion. Okay. Oh, that one right there needs more. See, the sad part is even the black is now honey, which tells me that that work time may not have been enough. Because now it's taking more resin than it would have to harden or to fill in the gaps, I should say. Okay. We got 2 out of the 3 that I know for a fact are going to be good. This third one, I'm iffy on. In fact, this third one, I have very strong feelings will not be because that D20 is not being filled up, like at all. Okay. Maybe if we put some weight on it, that'll work. First, I do gotta hit them with another round of the heat gun. There are some air bubbles that I want to pop. Okay. So we hit it with the heat gun. We didn't have enough time, and we know this for next time as well, which is good, that when doing this exact idea, we only have enough time for one mold. So now the squish isn't wanting to even squish, which has me worried that those faces are going to be disproportionate to the actual dice themselves. So I'm having to add extra weight to them, but I don't know if I have enough extra weight to pass around. Yeah, looking at just one of the molds, two of the why is that not even? Oh, I have that backwards. That's why. Are you serious? Ugh. I even had it lined up. I don't know why I put it in backwards. Okay, hopefully with putting some added weight on there, we can get that one to fix any issues that it does have. I'm going to go wash my hands real quick, and I'm going to go grab our package and show everyone what we have gotten. So be aware or be mindful that I'll be gone for a few moments. Okay, I am back, everyone. Thank you for the wait. Oh. Okay. First and foremost, we have which one is this? This one is our honey pot that we're going to be calling it. This is one of the more unique molds that I've seen. We have a amount for it. And this is going to be how it looks similar whenever it's done. So it's going to look like honey is going to be pouring out over it. This is one of our newest dice boxes that we're going to have. And let's see if it will hold even one set. Now, this is just an example. We have no clue if this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm missing one. Oh, 7. This is just an example. This should be about the same as what we're actually going to have. But yes, this will hold one full set of dice. That's going to be in the works for future sales. We'll probably go live later tonight or tomorrow and show off this mold. Get a sample ready for the website. This is what I needed earlier, our gloves. And then we have our egg. Now this is looking pretty big. Does it say how much? 7.4. Hopefully that's 7.4, not 74. Because if it was 74, it'd be bigger than that. But this will probably be on or for sale for the same amount. Cap America, what molds are you working on? So we are working currently on 3 new dice molds. Well, not new dice molds, but they're more of a new design that we are going to be launching. We're going to call it the Nebula. I kind of screwed up, honestly, doing all 3 at once because it requires 3 different inks to be syringed into them, along with a black outer shell. And I don't think we made it in time. However, this is going to be one of our newest dice molds for our dice boxes. This is going to be the Dragon Egg dice box that we are going to be selling online now. And let's see if it'll hold one set. I'm almost fairly certain it will. Yeah, it'll hold at least one set, maybe 2. So if it holds more than 2, we're going to increase it to the same price as the big one, which is $38. Currently, right now, what we're thinking is $35 for this one. And then for the honey pot, probably do $25, $24 for the honey pot. Same with the treasure chest. The treasure chest, though, I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of how it works because really the only thing that it does. And let me see if I have the. I have they have these locking mechanisms, okay? But the issue with the locking mechanisms, it says that there's 4 of them. However, I'm only seeing 2. So, like, for instance, this is the top, and then you got the bottom here, to where you can lock it and then unlock it. But the bigger issue is everything shows that it opens up like an actual chest. However, I cannot figure out for the life of me how to get that to actually work beyond that much. Everything else, I'm just like, okay, it makes more sense just to lift it all the way up. So, I mean, we're still considering selling these online. It's just, we got to do a little bit more research on them, on how they're supposed to be built. But they do hold one set. The other thing we got, is something that we can kind of work on right now, kind of not work on. I can definitely take us outside to work on it, but we would lose YouTube. And I kind of want to give YouTube and everyone watching over there a chance to see us work with these. So, what is this? This is Marvel United. So it's a board game by Spin Master. And it's pretty much just chibi Marvel superheroes. And we got 2 boxes. First and foremost, we got the original set. So the original set comes with Ant-Man, Wasp, Red Skull, Ultron, Taskmaster, Iron Man, Captain America, Black Widow, Hulk, and Captain Marvel. So what this seems is similar to Power Rangers Battle of the Grid, where the monster of the week is fighting you, and you have X amount of time to stop them. I'm going to put these right here, actually. So that one's a failure, I can tell that much already. And it looks like the goal is to try and stop them as fast as possible. And then we got this one. Now this one is primarily because my little one, Little Scarecrow, is a huge Spider-Man fan. And when I say huge Spider-Man fan, I mean he is obsessed. He has shoes. He has seen the shows. He's seen the movies. Like, there is not a bit of Spider-Man memorabilia that this kid has not consumed. And he's only 4. He's even watched me play the 2017 game, because I don't got the new one. But this is the expansion for it. which is Into the Spider-Verse. And you got Miles Morales, you got Spider-Man, you got Ghost Spider, and you got the Green Goblin. Now, he was really excited about this one, primarily for the Green Goblin, or as he calls him, Gobby, because in the show he watches, Spidey and his amazing friends, they call Green Goblin Gobby. And yes, I'm drinking brisk because I'm trying to cut back on soda. I know you all are used to seeing me drink Dr. Pepper on my lives, but today it's brisk. So we're going to open these up. I do got to get another bag for my trash. I got to get a box for my trash. So now this is a 14 and up game. Why it's 14 and up, I am not entirely sure. Maybe the rules are just that convoluted. Okay, I do like how this comes packaged because every other miniature board game I've seen is in horrible packaging. This one, it comes with this little plastic barrier to where I thought that was in it. To where everything inside is actually covered. Now, I'm feeling the miniatures. These definitely feel like PVC plastic. A little worrisome with that information because we're going to be priming them with spray paint, but we should still be able to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first untangle my foot. I'm going to clear off a little area here because we're going to do Doctor Strange as well. We're going to prime up these four. And while they're priming up and getting ready. Now, once again, to my knowledge, Doctor Strange was an exclusive at a convention. But this was given off Amazon. So I'm not entirely sure. Now, just like before, I love the packaging. It's got the cards here that tell you what to do. And it's got that little nameplate. Once again, feels very plasticky, very PVC. But all in all, these are decent quality. I mean, I can put it back in here. And like I said, my son's 3 years old. He's not going to play with this right now. What point would he have playing it? And with that information, I mean, I can at least get these primed up. And that's the goal. We're going to try getting them primed up, ready to be painted. We can actually start painting them after they're primed as well. But I really want to kind of surprise my son with what we do have. Because like I said, he loves Spider-Man. I don't think there's a single Spider-Man piece of memorabilia the kid has not seen before. So I'm just trying to get this cleared up. We got, with us making dice now, we have very limited room. So I gotta start to work out where I want to put stuff as well. So bear with me. I'm just gonna grab my spray can. Now, normally, I'm all for Zenithal highlights. This one, I don't think we're gonna do Zenithal. What I do want to do, however, is specifically on Goblin, maybe do non-metallic metal. I haven't decided yet if I want to do NMM on them. Chef Dalton, thank you for joining us. Now, don't do this at home if you are not in a well-ventilated area. Or if you don't have a respirator, or if you have don't have a respirator. Technically, I should be wearing one. And really, I should probably be spraying a little bit farther away too. It's getting where it needs to be. That's the point. I can push that back a little bit too. Ooh. Need to invite him. Sure. Okay. And here we have an almost fully primed up Doctor Strange. There's some spots up top that I gotta re-hit. And then some spots on the bottom. Okay. So I'm gonna lift them up, show you guys Doctor Strange ready and primed. Full, complete with the Eye of Agamotto, mind you. He does come with that. Let's face it, it wouldn't be Doctor Strange if it did not have the Eye of Agamotto. Okay. So now we're going to do Gobby. Green Goblin. This is the one I'm really excited to paint. I'm not a big fan of orcs or goblins. However, I love pumpkin bombs. Just checking to see if anybody's wanting to join up. Anything like that. Ugh. So now I gotta double check, make sure that there's no rework needing to be done, and yeah, there is on top. Okay, that's fine. Let him dry for a little bit. Lift him back up. Double checking, making sure anybody's on lives. No one's on lives. Ooh. Okay. Spider-Man is primed and ready to fight the Green Goblin. We're going to move the Green Goblin over as well, so we can give... Ooh, that's like really thick right there. Oh. Well, I mean, it's a good thing that we double-checked just now, because we just missed an entire spot underneath his chin that needed primed. So now Spider-Man is primed and ready for action. I can see how we can tell the two apart now. Before I was like, how do you tell Miles Morales from just regular Spider-Man? Miles has a different back spider that I've never noticed before as a Marvel fan. So, what do we have so far? We have Green Goblin, Spin, Ghost Spider, and yes, I said Spin. I have a toddler. Nice, have fun with your painting party. And yes, I did call Miles Morales Spin. My toddler is obsessed with Spider-Man right now, and he's been watching that Spidey and His Amazing Friends show, and that's what they call him. We are priming up some Marvel United figures. Really? Spider-Man right here. Miles right here. So these are from the board game Marvel United. This is a 14 and up game because the board game itself is a little bit more tricky. Is the easiest way to say it. Like the rules are for an adult, the rules are convoluted. I literally skimmed through them and I was like, this makes no sense, but okay. If you go on Amazon right now, you can get the core box set, which is what I'm opening right now, along with the Web Warriors, or the Into the Spider-Verse, as they call it, which is what I primed up, and a single Doctor Strange box for $30. So I got this primarily for the figures. My son's favorite villain right now is Green Goblin. So, I mean, having Gobby, as he calls him, just makes his day. And I'm trying to get the other box opened. Free CMON content. Oh, sweet. I'm gonna keep that. CMON, the game company, I got free content I can get. I want to know what that is. Yeah, I mean, this is the whole rule book. So, like, there's villain turns and player turns. Like, every time a villain gets summoned, you, like, put a threat counter on them or something. It gets... The wording behind it is weird. You got all these tokens that you have to use with it. So it's definitely not a toddler game. You could probably get them from like a third party, but that's just where I got them. Was Amazon. I mean, with the box set, they come with like Hulk, Ultron, Captain America, my son's other favorite hero, Iron Man, Red Skull, Taskmaster, Black Widow, the Wasp, which I love this because it's her on a die. Like, that is perfect for us. Ant-Man on a quarter. And the one I'm not too stoked about, just because I'm not a big fan of her as a character since they changed her whole motif, was Captain Marvel. I prefer the Carol Danvers Ms. Marvel. I wasn't a fan when they changed her to Captain Marvel. Just something did not stick right with me when they did that. I get the reasoning behind it, but once again, just me alone, I did not like that. And yeah, I know others weren't a fan of it either. But I'm more speaking from the sense of the actual comics and not the live action MCU movies. Here we have Iron Man. Now, I don't know what mark I want to make him. I don't want to do red and gold. I know that. Bob Romine, thank you for joining us. I know I don't want to do red and gold, primarily because I'm not a fan of Mark 1 through 6 armor. I like it. I think some of them look cool. I like the Mark 2 armor, where it's silver and gold, or silver and red, but that was only used one time. No problem, turning us. You have a great day. D Holiday, thank you for joining us. We are priming up some Marvel United figures right now. That is what we're doing. We got the board game today. We got nothing else to do. I mean, we have some dice that are being batch made right now. Beyond that, I mean, feel free to stick around and have a discussion. I mean, it's kind of hard for me to see, so I'll pop over here and look at the chat. But if you want to sit around, have a discussion, throw a cold one back, sky's the limit right now, buddy. So I'm going to ask everybody that is in chat right now, what is your favorite superhero? And it could even be an obscure one. Like, for instance, if we're counting all comic book heroes as superheroes, that would even include the Ninja Turtles. So if the Ninja Turtles are your favorite heroes, they would fit this. But I mean, here's Hulk. I'm trying to limit the amount of primer I get on my fingers right now. Because primer on fingers sucks. Now, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to move some of these over here on top of our shadow box, just so we know that we need to paint them up. Feel free to share the video or share the live as well. We are a dice making miniature painting company. We just really, our goal is to spread nerddom. That's really it. If you're into nerdy stuff, you're in the right place. Typically, when I do miniature painting, I typically prime black and then prime with white. It gives off what's called a zenithal highlight, which is good for what's called contrast paints, or also commonly known as speed paints. But it's also good for like natural paints as well, because it gives off natural shadow and light. However, with these figures, I think we're just going to do more of a cell shade. We haven't done a lot of cell shade yet. I think this would be the perfect opportunity to do cell shade. So think of cell shade if you've ever played, what's the game? Borderlands. So if you played Borderlands, you know what cell shading is. The exact art style of Borderlands is cell shading. Ooh. I gotta get inside that mouth somehow. There we go. Now we got Taskmaster primed and ready. And I'm not priming the whole bottoms. The whole bottoms, I might do some other bits and bobs with when we get there, such as some facing paste, which doesn't really need a primer. How's everyone's weekend going so far? One thing I wish is that there was more DC, because I'm more of a DC fan than Marvel. We primarily got this because we couldn't beat the deal. We got the box set, Doctor Strange, and Into the Spider-Verse expansion for $30. But I'm more of a DC guy. And the reason we got that because the Into the Spider-Verse expansion was primarily because my son is obsessed with Spider-Man. The Wasp. Mikey, thank you for joining us. We are priming up some Marvel United figures. This one right here is an Ant-Man. We still got Captain America, Ultron, Red Skull, Black Widow, and Captain Marvel to prime up. And then we're going to paint them. We did Green Goblin, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Ghost Spider, and Doctor Strange earlier. And we got Iron Man right here. We're not sure what mark we're going to paint him up as. We got the Hulk. He's just going to be regular green Hulk. Taskmaster. And then we got the Wasp right here. Garrett Jones, thank you for joining us. We are priming up some Marvel United figures. Now, Marvel United is one of those games where it's not very well known. It's not like Crisis Protocol where everybody knows about it. It's just, do you play it or not? It's obscure, to say the least. Not a lot of people know about it, and very few people actually play it. Because it's more of a family game night game instead of a miniature painting game. But here is Captain America. We just have Ultron, Black Widow, Captain Marvel, and Red Skull left to prime up. Here's Ultron, all primed and ready. Next, we're going to do Red Skull. Now, Red Skull is going to be really fun because I'm going to try to freehand a Hydra logo on his back. And there we have Red Skull. I'm trying not to touch the face because we had to spray a little bit closer, so he's got a little bit thicker of paint on the face than I would like. But it's a skull. I mean, we all know what skulls look like. I knew that there was going to be something on the back that I had to hit. Had an angle. Carol Danvers. Garrett Jones, thanks for liking the video or liking the live. I appreciate it. And now we just got one more to paint or to prime up, and that is Black Widow. And then we can get to painting. The big thing is we're not sure which one we're going to paint first. Especially since we're going to be cell shading these. We got to do a little bit more research on how to properly cell shade miniature painting. Because it's something we've never really done before. And there's Black Widow. With that, we are going to let these dry. We'll come back to them later tonight, more than likely. Once I find where my spray can went off to. Huh. Oh. Yee. I didn't know that fell down. Glad I noticed it though. Now, when we go live later tonight, we are going to be miniature painting. We might do one dice making tutorial. And it isn't even going to be dice making because all of our dice molds besides the gunslinger are full. But we might do either the honeypot dice box or the dragon egg dice box that we just got. So we might do one of those two. Once again, I haven't really decided yet. But so far, this is everything that we have ready to go for tonight after we do some research on cell shading. We have Sorcerer Supreme, Doctor Strange. We have Miles Morales. We have Gwen Stacy, Ghost Spider. We have the Green Goblin. We have Peter Parker, Spider-Man. Hank Pym, or no, that'd be more Scott Lang. Scott Lang, Ant-Man. This is more Janet Van Dyne, though. That's the weird part. Is that should be Hank Pym since this is Jane Van Dyne. More so, but yeah. Taskmaster. Tony Stark, Iron Man. Steve Rogers, Captain America. Carol Danvers. Natasha Romanoff. Ultron. And the Red Skull. After these dry for a little bit, we are going to be painting. Oh, brown. Bruce Banner, the Hulk. So once those dry, we're going to be painting all of them. We will probably start with Green Goblin because that's my son's favorite super villain. His favorite superhero is Spider-Man. But we are going to go learn how to do some cell shading. And then when we go live later tonight, we'll paint up these figures. We'll get them looking all nice and good. And then after that, we are going to go back to dice making. I mean, we got enough figures here to last a few lives, I'd say. So I think that this is going to be a fun little adventure that we are going to embark on. I'm just turning them all to face me for whenever I do the thank you for watching us video. And once again, thank you all for joining us today. I appreciate it. And just keep following us. That's all I ask. We have been going live for almost 2.5 hours. I'm going to call it here. Especially since we do got to wait for these dice to start to actually cure. But these are going to be what we call nebula dice. Some of these are going to, on the mold I just picked up, some of them are going to be, should be anyway, full and salvageable. Others, I'm looking at it, and even with weight, they are not salvageable. We learned that if we make the nebula dice, we can only make maximum maybe 2 at one time. There's not enough time to do 3 of them. But beyond that, thank you. Thank you, everybody that has joined us, has followed us, and supported us for almost a year. I appreciate it. Thank you and goodbye.